Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Saturday night. Hope everybody's feeling all right. Going to talk some AAW Alive and some, oh yeah, you know it's Saturday night, AAW Dynamite. How's everyone doing? Looks like we had some chatters in here earlier. Sound off in the chat, folks. Let me know how you guys are doing. Not used to doing this on a Saturday night with AEW. And of course, I got a late start because I was watching AAW Pro with their Twitch series Alive. And it's a damn good series, folks. We're going to talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to get into some AEW Dynamite. It's been a minute since I've covered them. It's been a few weeks, but it hasn't exactly been easy. When it's late night on a Friday night after SmackDown, and that's not because I'm watching SmackDown. That's on late because of the basketball playoffs and whatever. Go Bucks. So and I guess game 3 is on tomorrow night? Yeah. So it's 1-1, folks, against the Atlanta Hawks. The Bucks versus the Birds. Kill them birds. So yeah, let's talk about AAW a little bit, shall we? And folks, like I said, if you're not watching this, you really should be. If you want to know some of the hottest up-and-coming independent wrestling around, and it's not just local stuff out of Chicago. These people are coming in from all over the place. And a lot of these names are black and brave names that have been coming through periodically. And if you're not familiar with that, that is Seth Rollins and his it's Tyler Black and Brave, his partner. So, Zach Bonifer saying, I already had my Bucks fill for the weekend. All right. No doubt. We saw him tonight, didn't we, on the show? So, yeah. Let's talk about this. Now, some of these I'm not super familiar with, as, a lot of these faces do pop up and they're new. But the more frequent ones, the more I see them, the more I can talk about them a little bit. Buckshot Kid, what is up, brother? The Twitch audience is alive, folks. It is alive. So, and as we're getting into this, just would remind you folks to smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. If you're on Twitch, you can share bits, you can sub, you can give subs, you can do all that lovely stuff. Check out all the links in the description. There's buymeacoffee.com with the / Smash This Pod following. It's a tip system. It's like Patreon, but it's like a tip system because I don't have anything special set up for like tiers for Patreon. But if you want to tip the show or buy some merch, that link is in the description too. Some brand new merch I just launched this week. Go check that out. Some people already took advantage of that 15% off sale that we ran from the 22nd to the 24th. Thank you for those who took advantage of that. Cheers. And please, folks, if you do buy some merch, tag me in it on social media. Let me know when you get it, because this company that I started with is fast and the quality is good. It's great, I should say. unlike anything I've ever experienced. No complaints so far. So go check it out. There's something for everyone in there. There's men's, women's, there's hoodies, tees, tanks, hats, cups, bottles, pins, all sorts of stuff. I'll be getting some stuff here soon because I gotta sport my merch. Yes, Zach. Yes, absolutely. We are so close to 1K. 10 away, less than 10 away from 1K. Let's get there. If you're not subscribed, just do me a solid. Hit that subscription button. Share it with your friends. Share it on your socials. If you're digging the content, tell your friends how much you dig it. All right. Anything else? Oh, the Discord link. That is in the description too. I don't get on there enough, but I'm keeping it going. The TNI Discord is certainly growing, and thank you, Zach. Hashtag 1K for Jay. Thank you, brother. Love you. Hope you're still. Hope you're getting better too. Hope you're recovering well. Hope you're all right. All right, so we start out here with a new face, Victor Benjamin versus Ace Perry. Now, we've seen Ace Perry before, and the last time I saw him, he came out with this. Now, Ace Perry's, we'll just call him a petite individual. He's like a cruiserweight-ish or esque. Cruiserweight-esque. Is that a word? Well, it's a J-Boneism now, okay? But he comes out with this monster of a dude, and we'll see him more later. Xavier Walker. This guy is like 6'8", 270 some pounds. Just a monster of a guy. Crazy big. Lakers, what is up, my brother? If anybody's going to be in here, it's going to be you, Lakers, late on a Saturday night. Hope you're having a good time. Cheers to everyone showing up here late on a Saturday. Victor Benjamin, a new face. Now, I think I was following him on social media before, so I'm pretty sure I've seen him in some matches before, but not very often. Maybe I saw him once in a show for Impact Wrestling, like a dark match kind of deal. You know, I don't know. Some indie show somewhere. But he looked great against Ace Perry. But the numbers odds is always a thing here in professional wrestling. You know, Xavier Walker is no small presence at ringside. He is a monstrous presence. No, Ace Perry is no relation to the guy who just main evented Dynamite. Thank you, Charles. Buckshot Kid, did you change your logo? It looks badass. Thank you. No, recently I've been changing it up a little bit. This was actually like one of the first logos that I had right up here in the corner. And that was done, if you guys are familiar with Rant with Ant, he actually made my first one. So what I did was I tweaked it, revised it a little bit, and made my own version of it and brought it back. And that's what you see on the merch. So if you want to get some Smash This Podcast merch with this logo on it, there's tons of stuff you can get along with some other badass stuff. So go check that out in the link of the description. But thank you. I'm no Photoshop guru, but I am getting better at Photopea. So it's the old graphic design talents are slowly coming back. Great match between Victor Benjamin and Ace Perry. Hope we see more of Victor Benjamin, but Ace Perry comes off with a big win here with Xavier Walker at ringside. Ace Perry looking sparkly. Oh my goodness, he's just all sparkles. Polar, what is up? What is up, Polar family? What is up? Oh, the black logo looks better than the white one. Yeah, I had a few different ones. I had this one in here. I had the jacked up jukebox, and then we got the old duck. That's StreamYard. We don't use that one, so we got this one. There we go. Yeah. So I'm glad you like it. One thing I didn't try to do. I'm not going to do it now while I'm live. I should see. Should see if the new artwork I put on the tees in the merch shop. See if that looks good up there. But I don't know if that would look good or not. Better on a white background, I think. But yeah, go check that out. So Ace Perry comes off with a win here. Then we get mixed tag match. We get La Sociedad Boricua. Now, these guys have had what shall we say, a rough start here in AAW. They come in here looking like, I will say this, they look like $1 million. Axel Rico gets a lot of flack, though, because he's got a Borat haircut. And I don't even know if he understands, if he knows who that is, because, man, I'm not one to judge. I'm follically challenged myself, so I'm not one to judge anyone on their, style of haircut. You put whatever style hair follicles you want on your skull. But yeah, poor guy. After this match, they are 0-4. Rough start. Like I said, they come out looking great, a lot of charisma, always got something tough to say, always come out swinging. They faced one of the up-and-coming women on the women's division of this company, Sky Blue. And her tag partner for the evening is Ja C. Let me tell you something about Ja C. If you have the opportunity, please go check out this man's promos. I don't know how long he's been in the business. I have a feeling it's not very long. I could be wrong. I have to look more into this guy. But this guy sounds like he's been around for years. Absolutely sounds like a veteran on the stick. And he's great in the ring as well. No slouch. He's got charisma for days, very similar to, just off the top of my head, the action figure I'm staring at here right above my computer, Rich Swann. Reminds me a lot of a charismatic Rich Swann. And that's the highest compliment I can pay a guy. Most of my audience here loves them some Rich Swann, as I do myself. So if you're a Rich Swann fan, please go check out Ja C if he ever comes to a wrestling ring in your area. Absolutely a blast to watch in the ring. And yeah, Sky Blue, man, she is tough. She is now La Sociedad Boricuas. These are not men of huge stature. Okay, they're like my size-ish, not even. And Sky Blue is even significantly smaller. So the fact that they did some pretty devastating moves on her, and she kicked out of them. Just shows me how tough Sky Blue really is. She absolutely is a future AAW Women's Champion. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. But Sky Blue and Jossie come off with the win here. Now, this next now the main event was fun, but between the second and third match, we get what when you start watching it, you think it's just another really well-made promo by AAW. If you're watching them lately, you know what I'm talking about. Especially the Russ Jones promos, the Shaft promos. But this one was different. This one was about 15 minutes long. It was like a mini film, documentary / interview style. And TNI's very own Trent Zuberi helped produce it. So if you have the chance to go watch this promo wherever it airs on repeat on their network, I don't know if they're going to put this on. I imagine they're going to put this on their YouTube. Don't quote me on that, but I wouldn't be surprised. AAW has their own network, and they're also on High Spots. Right? Lakers says Russ Jones is a freak of fucking nature. Oh, absolutely. He's so much fun to watch. So much. But yeah, so this promo, or this mini film, I should say, was called Savage. And it was all about the Savage Weight Fred Yehi. Trent was interviewing Fred Yehi on his up-and-coming. Now he's got another match coming against Mance Warner at the next pay-per-view. United We Stand, I believe it is. Don't quote me on that. Let me quick look up something here. Come on, computer. Is this it? Yeah, United We Stand, July 9th. They'll be at Bourbon Street, Chicago, Illinois. Mance Warner versus Freddie Yehi for the AAW Heavyweight Championship. Mance Warner, of course, defending July 9th. Yeah, can't wait. I am absolutely going to be watching that one. So yeah, these promos are, or mini films, whatever you want to call them, are setting that all up, because that is going to be a really big match in the history of AAW. So, oh, trust me, I'd love old Manser and Impact Wrestling too, Lakers. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, this was very well done. Like I said, if you are familiar with the quality work that AAW does with their promos, this was just a longer version of one of those, because it was interview style mixed in with past footage of wrestling events involving Fred Yehi on his road to this feud with Mance Warner. So Lakers says he already pre-ordered it. Tremendous. Yeah, you can pre-order it now on Fight TV. And they're usually not very expensive. They're what, 12, 13 bucks, whatever they are. They're not expensive. And if you're like, well, that's a lot for an indie. Well, no, trust me. The talent level that they're putting on these shows is worth it. Because a lot of these guys are working for either AEW or Impact or other places, like New Japan. So trust me, the talent is there. And then the main event, Xavier Walker, who we mentioned earlier, 6'8", 270 some odd pounds, coming out with Ace Perry versus this guy is just a frigging beast of a man, Russ Jones. Dare I say he is starting to look, and I know some people don't like this guy, and I mean this as a compliment, okay? $12.99 says Lakers, thank you. Russ Jones is quickly becoming like the next Goldberg-ish or esque type character in this company. And I mean that with the utmost compliment. Just talk about how this guy comes in and just takes out his opponents swiftly and just shrugs off the offense like it doesn't even affect him. Now, I've seen him put away some other guys quicker, and I gotta say, this is his big, pardon the pun, but it's his biggest opponent yet. I mean, Russ Jones is I'm guessing about 6 feet. 6 feet or just under 6 feet, but he is built like a brick. Just unbelievable. And Xavier Walker is intimidating just by his size. But he didn't last too long in the ring. This was about a 5-minute match. Thought it was going to last a little longer, but Russ Jones actually put him away pretty quickly. So this guy is absolutely one to watch in the future of this company. I mean, both of these guys are, for that matter. But Russ Jones is just a beast. So please, folks, go check out these live shows. They are free on Twitch. The only thing is you have to watch them live because you can't watch replays because the replays appear a few days later on their streaming service on AAW On Demand and also on High Spots. So watch them live if you can. If you can't, go check out their streaming service, and you can pay the monthly fee and watch all the stuff, or you can watch these smaller episodes for a few bucks. It's not bad. All right, so that's AAW Alive for June 26th. Now, we're going to talk about Season 3, Episode 25 of tonight's AEW Saturday Night Dynamite. Excuse me. Oof. The Beerskis. Starts out here with Shawn Spears attacking Sammy Guevara with a chair shot as he's walking through the parking lot on his way to the building. And so apparently they're, because I haven't watched in a couple weeks, and I apologize because I do pride myself in covering this brand because I do love this brand. It's one of my favorites, and I enjoy the rivalries, and I especially enjoy the matches. Is the booking always perfect? No. But, I mean, that's, my God. Look at the booking of the biggest wrestling company in the world. It's absolutely pathetic, So, this company has nothing to worry about. It's still growing, in my opinion. So, yeah, Shawn Spears attacks Sammy Guevara. So there is quite the feud still going on between Inner Circle and the Pinnacle. Almost said the Pineapple. But now, instead of Jericho and MJF, it's ramping up to Sammy Guevara versus MJF. And apparently that match is going to happen this coming Wednesday. So that's really heating up. Thank you, Lakers. Love you, brother. Don't forget to, as we get into this review, don't forget to smash that like button and smash that sub button. All right. So, AEW Dynamite for tonight. Hangman Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, we've seen Powerhouse Hobbs really grow as a character, or I should say as a wrestler, not so much as a character, because he's just he's a powerhouse. He's a badass. Part of Team Taz. And I don't think I've heard much promo work from him, but that's okay. That all can come. But as far as some of the muscle of Team Taz, he's got it. He's absolutely improving in the ring. He's doing well, in my opinion. Charles says that's next week. But isn't next week this coming Wednesday? Or is it the following Wednesday? Well, anyways, whatever. Check their socials. They're promoting all sorts of shows coming up because they got all the new road shows that they're trying to promote too. So I don't know what's going on what show, but it's all looking fun. But yeah, this opener was fun. Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs is absolutely improving. Love what he's doing here, but he's no match for Adam Page. And I tell you what, Team Taz really needs to work on getting their shit together because it's actually their fault that Powerhouse Hobbs lost. He could be pissed off at himself or whoever, but he really needs to be pissed off at his boss, Taz himself, for allowing those guys to come out. It's messed up because what the hell is someone runs out with Brian Cage's FTW title. Damn, look at that. I haven't covered it in a couple weeks and I can't remember the guy's name. He's injured right now. And it was hilarious. And then Brian Cage gets his title back and he's like, what the hell are you doing? So in the process of all this and them trying to get the title to Hobbs to, get an advantage, Hook, thank you. Yeah, Hook came out with the guy. Oh, damn it. Hook came out with someone else with the title. But thank you, Charles. That is not who I was thinking of. Starks, thank you. That's it. Hook and Starks came out. And then the funny part is, Brian Cage ripped the title away from Starks, and Starks ran away holding his neck like, oh! That was funny. That was hilarious. Thank you, Charles. Love you. But yeah, Adam Page comes off with a win here. His record for the year is amazing. It's like 20-1 or something like that. It's something crazy good. So yeah, Team Taz still showing signs of, we'll just say structural damage. How about that? Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler cutting a promo next. They call themselves EVPs, extremely violent people. Is this on a t-shirt yet? If it's not, it should be. Because if they don't stick it on a shirt, I'm going to stick it on a shirt because that shit is money. That is great. Brandon Cutler still acting like a poser behind them, trying to get his 2 cents in, and they just tell him to shut up. It's hilarious. Good stuff. Love heel Young Bucks. Tully Blanchard. I absolutely love this next segment. Talk about your veteran talent being used well. Let's just pause on that thought for a second, shall we? Say that slow again one more time. Your veteran talent being used well. Nowadays, we don't see that a lot, do we? I should say we don't see that a lot really well in particular places. They bring out veteran talent on special holidays like, oh, it's Nostalgia Day. We're going to bring out all our guys, even though they can barely walk, and we're going to parade them out to the ring, and we're going to have some stupid bit where they're all in the ring, and yay, it's just wonderful. Well, you could do that once or twice a year, and it really doesn't come off or do anything for you, does it? Or you could do like these guys did here and blew the roof off the place. You get two veterans in a ring like Tully Blanchard and Conan. So apparently they made this last week. I had no clue what was going on this week. I didn't see promos, nothing, other than I knew the main event that was happening. So Tully Blanchard's out there with Tony Schiavone, and he calls out Conan for, I don't know, a meeting, a parlay, if you will. Because there's been some stuff going on between FTR and the former LAX, Santana and Ortiz. P&P and Santana and Ortiz. So Conan comes out, and I popped for this. I really did. I love me some Conan. The guy can still talk on a stick. He's still smooth as hell. And they had him come out to the classic LAX music. Can't knock that. And I'm not going to be like one of those negative Nellies like, whoa, well, how did they do that? It's an AEW show. How did they do that? No, shut up. Just enjoy it. It's classic Conan. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Santana and Ortiz will actually get that music back. Hey, and I'm not complaining if they do. That's how they gained their popularity in the industry. You know? So these two are going back and forth, and Conan's chewing a promo like, I don't trust you, and I don't trust you. So Conan's like, and because I don't trust you, I have my boys come out just in case. So as he's saying this, two guys who look very Santana and Ortiz-ish come out to the ring. Covered in bandanas, hoodies, faces all covered up. Well, Tully Blanchard saying, well, I knew you were going to do that, so I did this. Why don't you just take a look up at the screen up here? And we see Santana and Ortiz taken out in the back, in the rubble of the backstage setup equipment. And so Conan's like, well, if my boys are back there, then who is behind me? He doesn't say this, of course, but the look on his face as he slowly turns around says it all. He turns around. FTR unrobes from looking like, Santana and Ortiz. Classic LAX stuff. And they beat him down. And they give him a driver. Oh my God. Well, their finisher, whatever it's called. And take him out. So, pretty brutal stuff here. Do I think this could lead to some kind of huge, devastating tag team match between these two. Lakers 51-50. We're back in the cut. We're serious like a late period. Yes. Cue the soundbite. I don't have it on here. It's in the other studio. That other little studio called TNI. So yeah, this is obviously building to the next pay-per-view that's coming up in or one of these next big come back to the live audience, events, something coming up. The pay-per-view isn't coming up too far away. This is what, All-Ins in early September. So we got a few months away, whatever it is. So, yes, Zach. Happy birthday to JJ Dillon. Oh, and Matt Stryker. Yes. Happy birthday. All right. Next, we got Dante Martin. Now, this was kind of weird, but this was also kind of funny. So, Dante Martin, he comes out to the ring and his music is playing, and all of a sudden we hear, "Excuse me," and Vicky Guerrero introduces Andrade again. Now, this is how it should have happened a few weeks ago, because he actually had music this time, and she says she's got a big announcement to make. And just as she's about to make this announcement, Matt Sydal, accompanied by his brother Mike, come out and interrupt her and pass her on the way to the ring and basically stand in front of her and go, "Yeah, we're here," interrupt her. And she's frustrated, so she leaves. So now we're left wondering, like, well, what is this announcement? Is it regarding her? Is it regarding Andrade? I'm guessing it was supposed to be something with Andrade, but then we find out later that apparently she and Nyla Rose are going to have a tag match in one of these upcoming dates against Britt Baker and Rebel. So, oh man. So I can't wait for that to happen. I'll have to make sure my wife is watching that one so she can thoroughly boo her most unfavorite manager of all time, Vicky Guerrero. I don't know if she's going to root for DMD, but we'll see. So, so then we get Sydal versus Matt Sydal versus Dante Martin. Hell of a match. This Dante Martin, I mean, I know his brother's injured, and I hope he recovers. I don't know what his injury was, but he's gonna be out for a while, I guess. But I'm glad they're still putting Dante Martin out there and featuring him in singles matches. He had a hell of a match against Sydal. He really did. And just to put like a big trivia point on this, they said Dante Martin is 20 years old and Matt Sydal has been wrestling for 20 years. Crazy, hey? So, but yeah, Sydal comes off with a win here. But this one's a lot of fun. A lot of high flying, fast-paced action. Good stuff. Dante Martin's really something. Christian gives words of encouragement to Jungle Boy in the back. Then we get a promo from Mark Sterling and Jade Cargill. And apparently at the Shop AEW site, I'm not sure what the time frame is on this, but you can get 10% off the Jade Cargill 2 shirts that are in the AEW shop. She's got some good looking merch. So if you want to help support her and the company, go check that out. Get your 10% off. And next we get Alex Marvez with MJF. He's with Sean Spears and Wardlow in the back doing a promo. Jericho and Hagar attack him. And it seems like all is going actually pretty well for Jericho and Hagar, but the numbers advantage is, only it doesn't matter so long, because next thing we know, it gets dragged out from the back to the ring area. It's 3-on-2. Sammy Guevara comes out to help even out the odds, and he's challenging MJF. So he comes out to help even the odds, and things are really heating up here. So the feud is still going, but like I said, it seems like it's a lot more personal now between Sammy Guevara and MJF. And I love that, because like I said, I've said this for the last year and a half. These 2 guys are the future of this company. So I'm all in on this, whenever these 2 are facing this coming Wednesday, the following week, whenever it is. I can't wait. MJF versus Sammy Guevara. And the crowd is loving them some Sammy. They are all on board the Sammy Guevara train. Absolutely. Great crowd tonight, by the way. We get another Miro promo talking about his next opponent coming up, I believe, this Wednesday or next week, whenever it is. He's facing Brian Pillman Jr. for the TNT title. Ethan Page versus Bear Bronson. Really like this one. Scorpio Sky at ringside with Ethan, and Bear Boulder at ringside with Bear Bronson. Good back and forth. A lot of interference from either side, out of the ring, in the ring. But it really helped show on a singles level how good Bear Bronson is. I mean, he's a big boy. He really is. But Ethan Page gets the win here, and then he had this big guy who is like 270 pounds or whatever he is. He had him in the Ego's Edge. Man, Ethan Page is strong, dude. He is in shape. Oh, my God. So then he challenges, he's still got this feud with Darby Allin. And he challenges him to a coffin match. And that's going to come up in a few weeks, I believe, at the first road show in Miami. So that's their first road show away from Daly's place. So can't wait for that. And I've talked about this feud, that I've been waiting for years for this feud to happen again. This started back in 2017, 4 years ago, okay? In a little company called Evolve. And people leave, and people go to this place, people go to that place, and it's like, okay, well, you just hope that somewhere down the road that these guys line up again, all the stars in the sky and the universe align, and we get it again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting some good shit again from these 2. The wrestling gods heard me. Thank you, Swack Fan, for the bits. Much love, brother. Very appreciated. Really appreciate it. Excuse me. But yeah, good match between these 2. Ethan Page beats him with an ego's edge and then challenges Darby Allin to a coffin match. Can't wait. The Bunny has a good match here with Kris Statlander. Side note, want to wish all the best and prayers and all that good stuff to Trent, one half of the best friends. With sexy Chucky T. He got his neck fused. Now, I have no clue what kind of state he's in as far as wrestling. I have not heard anything until tonight as far as what's going on with him. I'm not going to sit here and speculate as to whether he's done wrestling or he's going to be back in a certain amount of time. I mean, we've seen plenty of wrestlers in the industry get neck surgeries, sometimes multiple neck surgeries, and keep going. Yeah, I mean, look, I've had 3 back surgeries, and one of them was a 2-layer fusion. And I know how hard that was to come back from, learning to walk again and everything. So, I mean, if you heard the stories about Hulk Hogan within this last year learning to walk again, when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, I was there. That's crazy. I know how hard that was. I can't even imagine getting it in your neck. I can't even fathom how scary that would be or what it's like to recover from that. So keep Trent in your thoughts. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if he's going to put out a press release talking about it or what is going to happen to him. When I hear some news, I'll certainly bring it on here and keep you guys updated when I hear something about his health, because I'm certainly going to be keeping a close eye on this. So, yeah, thoughts, prayers, good wishes, everything going out to Trent, man. Holy cow. But yeah, Chuck Taylor's with him right now. So Kris Statlander beats the Bunny in one hell of a women's match. She beats her with that the driver, the what's it called? The Big Bang Theory. I wrote that down. Then after the match, it gets just absolutely crazy. TH2 attacks Orange Cassidy because he gets into it with the Blade. The Blade's out there with Bunny, and so Cassidy and the Blade are going at it, and TH2 completely, outweighing the numbers against Orange Cassidy there. And then they get the brass knucks that was going to get used earlier in the match, and then Orange Cassidy took them away. Well, the Blade uses the brass knucks on Orange Cassidy and completely knocks him out. So, yeah, King of Hueco Mundo. If I mispronounced that, I apologize, but looks like a new name that's in here. Welcome. Yeah, Hogan had brutal neck and back surgery. The bolts in his back were crazy. Yeah, he actually posted a picture of all the hardware that they took out of his back. I mean, just brutal. Crazy. I'm thankful I don't have that. Mine were all There was no metal. But it was all fused. It was actually done with Legos. No, I'm kidding. It was like a cement type, I don't know, material, sort of. But anyways, next we was it's the main event. Last but certainly not least, that's what I meant to say. Jiminy Christmas. Kenny Omega versus Jungle Boy for the AEW Championship, of course, defended by Omega. Man, what an amazing match brought by both these guys. And I'm so glad that the ref kicked. Well, I mean, it got super chaotic at the end, but at least for a majority of the match, no BS, no shenanigans. Kenny beat him on his own. Jungle Boy, so close a few times, beat him on his own. Great back and forth. Jungle Boy should have absolutely no shame in losing to a guy like Kenny Omega, who's top. I've said this on TNI. I called him top 5 best in the world right now. And look, I know it's all a matter of opinion and stuff, but I don't think my opinion would be that far off from a lot of other fans. So yeah, I love this match. Jungle Boy had some hell of a great moveset against Kenny. Family at ringside cheering him on. Very emotional. Everybody screaming. This crowd was loud as hell for Jungle Boy, singing the theme song all throughout the match, keeping him excited, keeping him going. Of course, at the end, it breaks down. Good Brothers are out there. Jurassic Express chases him away. And then afterwards, when things start getting ugly again, and I didn't write who all came out here first, so my apologies, but we get Christian out there helping Christian Cage, helping Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy, and the party, Private Party coming out here. My God, I almost said party people. Jiminy Christmas. Matt Hardy's out there with Private Party, and then the Young Bucks come out there and they just finish off everybody with Super Kick, the Super Kick Party. Kenny Omega, of course, standing tall at the end with everybody in the ring. But of course, this is all also ramping up the feud between Christian Cage and Matt Hardy. I tell you what, I'm, a diehard Impact Wrestling fan. I would love to see that in an Impact Wrestling ring, even though I know we're going to probably get it. It's going to build up to, one of these next major shows for AEW, but maybe somewhere down the road. We'll see. Yes, Rampage is coming very soon. That's coming in second week of August, 14th, 15th, whatever it is. Middle of August, something like that. So yeah, can't wait for that. I'm excited for that. I'm not going to let the odd, shuffle around of shows and the bad, numbers for late Friday nights get me down. I'm still excited. As long as, audiences, I think audiences being back is really going to make a difference. They're going to put together some exciting cards for these Friday night shows, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I really have no doubt about that. So, and I'm going to do my best to cover them. Not all the Dark and Elevation shows. I tried to a little bit here and there when I wasn't covering other stuff, but I got so many other things I'm trying to dabble in here and there between some of the horror stuff I'm covering and some of the indies, along with the million documentaries I've been seeing on TV between Dark Side of the Ring and other stuff I'm trying to catch up on. So, you know, when I hear about a particular singles match on one of those shows, I'll go hunt it down. It's not too hard to do. But as far as covering Dark Elevation and AEW Dark, it's hard. It's hard. Maybe somewhere down the road when they get caught up with some other stuff. But yeah, Kenny Omega wins. Like I said, Jungle Boy's got nothing to be ashamed of. Hell of a match between these two. So thanks everyone for tuning in late on a Saturday night, joining me for this. Tomorrow night, we'll do the quick plugs. TNI Sunday night dinner is back for Patreons only. So if you want to see the Sunday night dinner, the late Sunday night dinner for yourselves that was so popular that went away for a while, it's back. But you got to join the Patreon. So if you want to go check that out, head on over to Patreon, look up Total Nonstop Impact. There's different tier levels, help the brand grow. And it's very laid back. We kick back for about an hour. And we throw around a few different topics. We get interactive with our audience, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. A little more interactive than a regular show because we try to keep that moving, you know. So much more Q&A based, along with, you know, news that, you know, if there's any news to throw around there. Of course, there's Slammiversary stuff, so I'm sure we'll talk about something. And then Monday, I'll do something. Like I said, you know, I got so much that I'm trying to catch up on. I've got the China documentary that was on the other night this past week. That was a 2-hour special. I'm going to be covering that. I've got Dark Side of the Ring episodes to catch up on. So something in that realm is going to be, I'll be covering that on Monday. You know, along with any other news that pops up that I want to share with my audience here. So yeah, so that's what's coming down the road after the weekend. And the socials, all the links are in the socials, the face botch, the Instaneck, the Twitter box. I'm screwing it up already. It's late. I'm tired. And for your bone on the go, the audio portion of this podcast is brought to you by anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast. You can catch it right on anchor.fm, or you can go look it up on Google, Chimney Christmas, iTunes, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you get your audio, you can find your Smash This Podcast on the go. So that and the buymeacoffee.com if you want to help, if you want to tip your favorite podcaster. That's me, by the way. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/Smash This Podcast. There's you can tip whatever, you know, if you want to help contribute, or if you want to get yourself some incredible merch, that link is in the description as well. Go to spreadshirt.com/Smash This Podcast and check out the hot new merch that just dropped this past week. I guarantee you will dig it. Oh, yeah. So that's it for this one. And on our way out, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Good night, folks. We'll see y'all tomorrow on the Patreon side of T and I for the Sunday night dinner. Later, y'all.